Hello YouTube, this is Dr. Ronald W. Satz, founder and chair of the International Society of Unified Science. I'm president of TransPower Corporation, a commercial and custom software manufacturing and certified systems engineering company. I do both systems and mechanical engineering and theoretical physics. Today on the screencast I have three topics. First is the mystery sea of stars. Second, ultra-cold lithium atoms. And third, dark energy trumping dark matter. Boy, my opponents in theoretical physics really have strange ideas, don't they? Okay, let's get started with the first one. And as usual, I like to go to Science Daily for research news. And it says here in the title, Mystery Sea of Stars, Rocket Experiment Finds Surprising Cosmic Light. Using an experiment carried into space on a NASA suborbital rocket, astronomers have detected a diffuse cosmic glow that appears to represent more light than that produced by known galaxies in the universe. The discovery suggests that many such previously undetected stars permeate what had been thought to be dark spaces between galaxies, forming an interconnected sea of stars. And I don't think there's much else we can add to that here. So we're just going to go back. And I say here that, by the way, this was originally published in my theoretical physics blog at reciprocalsystem.guru. I'm just making these posts available to my YouTube subscribers and audience. Okay, so my response is, and I like to annotate my responses as well. So I say here, there's thus no need for the hypothesis of, quote, dark matter. All matter in the universe is either material in our sector or cosmic in the inverse or cosmic sector. There are numerous dwarf galaxies, globular clusters, and even individual stars, stragglers, between the larger observable galaxies. So please see my mentor's astronomical work. It's The Universe of Motion, Doobie Larson. All right, let's move on to the second topic, ultra-cold lithium atoms. This is rather interesting. Again, this is from Science Daily. The heading says, ultra-cold disappearing act. Matter waves move through one another but never share space. So these guys are confused. They say here, and this is from Rice University, how can two clumps of matter pass through each other without sharing space? The physicists have documented a strange disappearing act by colliding Bose-Einstein condensates that appear to keep their distance even as they pass through one another. So it says here, let's see if we can get a few summary statements. BECs are clumps of a few 100,000 lithium atoms that are cooled to within 1/1,000,000th of a degree above absolute zero. A temperature so cold that the atoms march in lockstep and act as a single matter wave. Solitons are waves that do not diminish, flatten out, or change shape as they move through space. To form solitons, Hewlett's team coaxed the BECs into a configuration where the attractive forces between lithium atoms perfectly balance the quantum pressure that tends to spread them out. The researchers expected to observe the property that a pair of colliding solitons would pass through one another without slowing down or changing shape. However, they found that in certain collisions, the solitons approached one another, maintained a minimum gap between themselves, and then appeared to bounce away from the collision. That's just as we would expect from the reciprocal system. So the atoms don't actually pass through each other. In the reciprocal system, the atoms are the size of the so-called nucleus of conventional theory, so they're much, much smaller than the conventional size of the atoms. Also, the space-time progression and gravitation reverse at unit distance. Inside unit distance, the space-time progression is inward, whereas gravitation is outward. Inside the equilibrium distance, the force of repulsion is greater, so two atoms on a collision course will bounce off one another, just as the experiments described in the above link show. So again, we have a confirmation of the reciprocal system, but not conventional theory. Now, for the third and final topic today, let's go look at this one, dark energy trumping dark matter. That's funny. course, in the reciprocal system, there's no such thing as dark energy or dark matter. Anyway, it says here, the universe may face a darker future as dark matter being swallowed by dark energy. Ooh, ooh. It says here from Science Daily, new research offers a novel insight into the nature of dark matter and dark energy and what the future of our universe might be. Scientists have found hints that dark matter, the cosmic scaffolding on which our universe is built, is being slowly erased, swallowed by dark energy. Yeah, right. This is such... These people really are nuts. Let's see. I'm going to quote from Professor Wands here. It says, since the late 1990s, astronomers have been convinced that something is causing the expansion of the universe to accelerate. The simplest explanation was that if empty space, the vacuum, had an energy density that was a cosmological constant. However, there is growing evidence that this simple model cannot explain the full range of astronomical data researchers have now access to. In particular, the growth of cosmic structures, galaxies, and clusters of galaxies seems to be slower than expected. Well, let's go back. So I say here, and I will annotate this, of course, the conventional theorists are up to their usual nonsense. They cannot get it into their heads that the space-time progression is the cause of the expansion of the universe, and not the Big Bang or dark energy. With the space-time progression, when the space-time is greater than when the space-time progression is greater than gravitation, the galaxies move apart. Where the space-time progression is less than gravitation, the galaxies combine. Where they are approximately equal, a stable cluster of galaxies forms, at least for the time being. According to the reciprocal system, there are two halves of the universe, our material half, and the inverse, or cosmic half. There are an equal number of displacements on each side of the dividing line, which is the speed of light. The universe is cyclic and finite and not turning into something boring. Giant galactic explosions in their material sector send matter over to the cosmic sector. Giant cosmic galactic explosions in the cosmic sector send C matter over to our sector in the form of cosmic rays, which replace the matter which has left. The universe is in balance. So, as I usually say, study the reciprocal system and prove it for yourself. For the simplest possible treatment, please obtain my work, The Unmysterious Universe. It's a short book, very concise, with lots of illustrations. Now, if you want all the mathematics, and I know some of you do, then please obtain my software ebook called Existence and Interactions, a Computational Treatise of the Reciprocal System, The True Theory of Everything. 1,711 pages in the PDF and 1,711 slides in the PowerPoint file. Thousands of equations, numerous diagrams. It'll keep you busy for months. After you've mastered that, then you can go on to my two database modules. The first is the Microcosmos database, which covers photons, subatoms, atoms, compounds, and alloys, all the properties of matter calculated by means of the reciprocal system, something which you cannot do with quantum mechanics. And then there's my Macrocosmos module, which covers all the topics of astronomy and astrophysics, including the universe as a whole, galaxy clusters, galaxies, star clusters, stars, planets, moons, minor bodies, nebulae, and voids. If you get both of those two modules to be able to use them in your scientific or engineering practice, you'll be light years ahead of anybody else. All my work is available from Amazon or from transpowercorp.com. And of course, for a thorough description of the theory, go to my website, reciprocalsystem.guru. Again, thanks for your attention, and please, please study the reciprocal system and prove it for yourself.